The call came through at 17 Zulu, May 6, 2025, Red Sea, USS Harry S. Truman, code Angel Down. My blood ran cold. On the carrier, they call it the controlled crash, landing a multi-million-dollar fighter jet on a moving, pitching deck, often in the dead of night. But this wasn't controlled. This was chaos. The initial Citra painted a grim picture. An A-18F Super Hornet. Callsign Ripper 1-1 from VFA 103. The Jolly Rogers correction. Original text states VFA 1. Red Rippers will use this for accuracy, was on final approach. The deck of the Truman, a behemoth displacing over 100,000 tons, was lit like a city adrift in an ocean of ink. The crew pilot and WSO were veterans. Night traps, rough seas, even simulated combat recoveries, they'd seen it all. But this time, the unforgiving physics of carrier aviation delivered a knockout blow. The approach was clean, textbook, angle of attack, perfect, tail hook down, snagging the visual cues for the sweet spot on the angled deck right on the center line. Touchdown. Then, instead of the brutal, controlled violence of the arresting cable yanking 25 tons of naval air power from 150 knots to zero, in under 2 seconds, there was nothing. A sharp, metallic crack echoed across the deck, a sound that chills every soul who's ever served on a flat top. It was immediately followed by the roar no one wants to hear. Full afterburners, a desperate, futile attempt to unstick from fate. The arresting gear system had catastrophically failed. Whether a cable snapped, the hook skipped, or a tensioning mechanism malfunctioned, the result was tragically identical. No deceleration, no time, no second chance. Ripper 1-1 screamed off the angled flight deck, already to low, to slow to claw its way back into the sky. For 2 heart-stopping seconds, the silhouette of the Super Hornet hung, suspended between flight and oblivion, before plunging into the black maw of the Red Sea. By some miracle, or perhaps sheer training and instinct, both aviators ejected. Their chutes blossomed bare feet above the churning water, mere moments before their $70 million war machine was swallowed by the depths. SAR helicopters were already spooling up, airborne before the splash even registered on the Truman's sophisticated sensor rays. Within minutes, 2 bruised, soaked, and extraordinarily lucky souls were being winched from the sea. It should have been a tragic, but isolated incident, a mechanical gremlin in a hyper-complex system. But this was the second Super Hornet lost from the Truman in less than 2 weeks. April 28th, another FA-18F, this one not during landing, but while being towed in the hangar bay. It had simply rolled off, an almost surreal accident, into the same unforgiving sea. 2 aircraft, same carrier, same air wing, 12 days apart. That's not bad luck, Commander. That's a pattern, and patterns in this business get people killed. My team was tasked with finding out why. The immediate culprit for the May 6th incident was obvious: the arresting cable. Technically a cross-deck pendant, it had snapped on impact. When that happens on a carrier doing 30 knots, with the desert winds of the Red Sea whipping across the deck, you have literal seconds to react. The arresting gear, specifically the MK7 Mod 3 system, is the linchpin of carrier aviation. For steel cables, stretch taut, connected to a subterranean hydraulic behemoth designed to absorb kinetic energy that could level a small building. When it works, it's a testament to engineering. When it fails, it's a multi-million-dollar fireball and a potential tomb. The investigation quickly ruled out pilot error, approach parameters, hook deployment, airspeed all nominal. The cable itself showed signs of internal fracturing, consistent with metal fatigue. Was it improper tensioning, missed maintenance checks, and oversight under the relentless operational tempo? Possible. One microscopic flaw, one overlooked checklist item, and you're staring at disaster. The Truman wasn't on a pleasure cruise. Just weeks prior, her air wing was actively launching sorties, intercepting hostile drones, and monitoring coastal missile sites. This wasn't an exercise, this was live fire, real-world threat mitigation. Carrier operations under combat conditions are like walking a tightrope strung over a volcano, with a jet engine strapped to your back. Every launch, every recovery is a calculated risk. Fatigue becomes a silent enemy, gnawing at judgment, at reflexes. at the very steel of the ship and her aircraft. The Red Sea environment itself is an aggressor. The oppressive heat and humidity accelerate wear on cables, strain hydraulics, and degrade sensitive electronics. The steel deck itself warps under the relentless sun and corrosive salt. Our initial findings pointed towards a confluence of factors: material fatigue in the cable, possible lapses in inspection protocols, potential overuse of gear pushed past its designated maintenance thresholds, and crucially, escalating crew fatigue from an extended, high-stakes deployment in contested waters. One source, deep within the naval aviation community, put it bluntly: the wire didn't just snap, the system did. This isn't just about two lost jets, as expensive as they are. It's about confidence. Confidence in the machinery, confidence in the procedures, confidence in the chain of command. When that erodes, the entire edifice of naval power projection trembles. Pilots strap in with a nagging doubt. Deck crews perform their intricate ballet with a shadow over them. Commanders face questions no one wants to articulate aloud. What if it happens again? The Truman is still out there, a steel island in hostile waters, launching and recovering aircraft. But every evolution now carries an added weight. The investigation is ongoing. Reports are being compiled, recommendations will be made. Cables can be replaced, hydraulic units overhauled, even new aircraft flown in. But rebuilding trust, especially the implicit trust between man and machine that carrier aviation demands, that's a different kind of battle. These incidents, are more than mishaps. They are a red flare, arcing high above the Red Sea, illuminating the brutal cost of sustained, high-tempo operations in the world's most dangerous waters. A warning that even the most advanced military hardware and the most dedicated personnel have breaking points, and the enemy, you can be damn sure, is watching. The question now, etched in the minds of every sailor on that deck and every flag officer in the Pentagon, is whether this warning will be heeded before the next splash is not just a loss of material, but a loss we can't recover from.